Hey everybody, Brent right here with Brent's market report. Sorry I'm a little late this month. It's been kind of hectic. Had some family stuff come up, but all is good now, so that's a good thing. Um, so we're gonna talk about home sales in the month of April, 25 compared to 24, just like I like to do every month for you guys. Now I'm starting to distinguish between existing home sales and new construction as well. So I have a few different things here that we're going to run through. Okay. Home sales in April were basically the same as last year. Last year in the month of April, there was 923 residential properties sold. This year we had 920. So it's basically an unchanged number. Um, One thing that's pretty big that I see here, the average list to sales price, and I think there's something wrong here, just because of the change. I think like maybe there's a mistake that went in. So instead of the original list price, we're going to look at the total price, list to sales price. So sellers received an average of 98.18% from the original list price. Now, the average home sale fell 2.64% in 25 compared to 24. Part of that is because cheaper homes are selling, right? Versus more expensive homes. But the price per square foot actually increased pretty substantially. This is reporting 11%, 11.92%. Maybe there's some kind of mix up because that, if that's the case, that's really high. I did look at the median as well, so we only increased on the median side about a 0.5%, which is kind of more of like, that's kind of a lower trend than what we've seen because we've been seeing that 3 to 5%. Now, mind you, this is for the entire MLS, so this is all 7 counties. Okay, and there's a lot of new construction that goes into the reporting now, so that's why I wanted to do it separate for you guys as well. Okay, now the average home sale or days on market is right about 56 days, the cumulative days on market, whereas it was 43 last year at the same time. So we are seeing that as an increase, right? Now, I do want to talk about the no new construction. This is existing homes. New construction homes have taken a big percentage of the market for some time, primarily because, well, one, they're putting more of these new construction homes on the market than ever before. In a typical market, they would put like one house, maybe two at a time, in a neighborhood of a few hundred homes or 180 homes, whatever, and they would use that one house to draw people in and then go ahead and sell off of that home, right? Well, with the interest rates changing, their model is more, let's put every house up that's basically ready, and then they do this buy down, right? Or wait, hold on. Quote, they like to say futures contract on lending so that they can buy down the rate to a point that is lower. Sorry, my phone rang. They like to buy down the rate to a point that's lower than an existing home seller can do. Um, my opinion should be legal, but we're not going to go down that road. I really wish the CFPB would do their job. Left them plenty of messages, but anyways, so new home sales did, existing homes did increase in sales slightly. Okay. The average sales price did decrease by 1.12%, but that's because, again, we're seeing cheaper homes sell versus more expensive homes because the square footage of these homes was actually reduced by about 100 square feet or so, which is about a 5% size reduction. So to see the reduction in price at 1.12%, that's not that bad when you're seeing about a 5% reduction in the size of the home, right? So really, the home prices are rising. Median price increased 1.85%. The price per square foot on the median side increased 0.67%. I mean, these aren't the numbers that we've been seeing, but we're definitely stabilizing. And the interest rates still aren't in our favor. Let's go to the new construction. We're going to talk about a few things here. New construction last year, 119 homes closed in the month of April. This year, 103. So that's a 13.44% reduction in the amount of homes sold. The new construction, the homes, the average sale price is down 5.2%, 5.29%, and the price per square foot's down from 193 to 192, which is not even 1%. It's about a 0.5%. The median price did increase by 2%. Okay, but a lot of this again is coming down to smaller homes being built. It's not that the homes are going down in value; it's that smaller homes are being built for affordability reasons. Okay, this is actually good, seeing that the new construction's down the 13%. Because it's opening up the market more for existing home sellers, because it's very hard for an existing home seller. Say you have one of these big builders, and it all started with one, but say you have this one or these big builders next to you, and you have a home that's similar to the homes that they're building and selling. It's very hard for you to compete at your 7% plus interest rate when they're offering, I think I saw one ad, $299 for year one, $399 for year two, $499 for the rest of the 30-year mortgage. It's almost impossible to compete with that game, right? Because, I mean, we're talking about a drastic monthly difference in payments, okay? Now, the average market time on the new construction did go down. So last year they were sitting right about the 87 days. Now they're sitting at 69. Okay. One thing that we're seeing in the market is there's a lot of uncertainty. Everybody's talking about tariffs. Everybody's talking about this, that, whatever. And there's really not a ton of inventory out there. And it's very hard today. And I know there's been other times in the history of the country where it's been very hard for home buyers to purchase homes at high interest rates, 13, 14% in the 80s, things like that. Actually, at one point, it was about 18, 19% in the 80s. But the homes were a heck of a lot cheaper back then compared to what they are today. So my point is the numbers don't look great, right? Like every month we're talking about major increases, and now we're starting to talk about decreases a little bit. But it's not a decrease that's like, hey, it's actually down. It's actually kind of up about probably 3% on average, because when you factor in the size difference and the price per square foot and things like that, that's where the increase is coming in. Instead of selling an average of like a 2,300 square foot home, now they're down to about 2,150. So that price per foot is coming down. Not the cost per foot on the sale price, but the overall size of the home is coming down, which is going to then bring down the average sales price, if that makes sense, right, guys? So we are in a stable market. I would say it's a great time to buy. I personally have noticed recently, which is going to be data that's coming in the future, a lot more multiple offers all of a sudden. I've been a part of 3 of them in the last 2 weeks. Hold on. Yeah, 10 days. I've been a part of about 3 multiple offers. So I think what we're going to see like the offers that we're writing now are going to be closing in June. I think we're going to see a jump in value, like a pretty big jump in value actually, when it comes to like the June market. Okay, which I'll be running those numbers in July. You got to think every time there's an accepted offer, you're still 30 to 45 days from closing. I've been seeing a lot of people do these first time home buyer programs and trying to coach people and how to buy a house and how to do this. Something I would definitely love to do. I had to pull somebody to the side because it was at a chamber event. They were talking about doing the seminar, and it was actually a financial guy, and he started talking about certain loans and how there's the Indiana housing, no money down. It used to be a phenomenal loan. Now, kind of sucks actually, because see, like with that loan back in the day, and I've done tons of them, but not that I wrote the loan, but I directed clients into it because it was a phenomenal product for years. Back in the day, for a first-time home buyer, they could buy a house. The down payment was a grant. It was forgiven at closing or within 1 to 2 years of closing. You're good. Today, it's not like that. Actually, once COVID hit, wasn't like that. If you start making too much money, you got to pay it back. The interest rates drop tremendously, so you decide, hey, I want to refinance this loan. You've got to pay it back. You sell the house, you've got to pay it back. And these paybacks don't matter if it's 6 months from now or 25 years from now. You still have to pay it back. So it's not the program, and the interest rate's much higher. Plus, you're paying the average PMI. So it's not a good loan for a person that's looking to buy a house. There are, however, and I had to let this person know, like, you're kind of giving people information that's not great. There are a few banks, though, locally that have portfolio loans for first-time, well, not even just first-time home buyers, but it caps at a $250,000 purchase price. It's a conventional loan, no money down. Credit limit's actually lower than what's typically required for a conventional. It's actually a great program and a great product that can be very beneficial. The hard thing is finding the house at $200,000, right? When we go to the existing homes, right? The average sales price was $275,602. Now, this is between the entire MLS. This is all 7 counties. So my point is, it's going to be hard to find a house in that price range, depending where you're looking at. In some areas, you can definitely do it. Other areas, it's going to be kind of tough. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the report. Sorry, it kind of went a little longer than normal. If you guys have any questions when it comes to real estate, I'd love to go ahead and help and answer those questions. Sorry for all the people calling. My phone was, I think, cutting off the signal here, so sorry about that. But yeah, you guys, any questions, anything I can help with, please let me know. Like I said, we are starting to see the multiple offers again. So sorry, buyers, not a good thing. It's not every deal, though. It's really weird. Like, you really do need to price the house correct and according to the market and the condition. Because if you're overpricing the homes are sitting, clearly, I mean, we're seeing the market time increase to 56, 59 days. We haven't seen numbers like that since well before the pandemic. I mean, shoot, so many homes were down during 2020, 2021. I mean, I think you had like a 10-day average market time or something like that. It was absolutely unheard of. But yeah, so sorry again. I don't mean to keep going. Any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. If you're thinking about buying a home, I'd love to guide you through that process. If you're thinking about selling your home, I'd love to help you with that as well. Instead of just selling, I always say it's better that we create a plan to execute for you so that we can make your home sale and maybe next purchase as simple as possible. So, yeah, feel free to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, send me a message, send me a text. Hey, I'm available whenever you need. Thanks.